The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
What you listening to, man? What they talking about? I got my hand up on that knob, tryna figure out. It doesn't matter who's the guest or what's the subject, cause they keep it 100 and them callers love it. The radio show got you tuned in, ready for action like a bad chick texting what's happening. They ain't here giving 5 o'clock news. Our hosts keep it blunt, sharing their point of views. They going in, man, cause they ain't got no filter. Cause they keep it 100, that's why we messing with you. Got you up to date with the latest with music and what's trending, that's basics. On primetime hours, you can never go wrong. And your night music and what's going on in your neck of the woods, like, hey, Al Roke on today, like, feeling entertained with the radio show. Tuesday, Thursday, taking over, let them know. Let them telephone rings, yeah, I'm on this thing.
Okay, so 16 was like, we were just chatting before, and he was just like, yeah, what's going on? What's up? Because I was like, dang, I have to get my nails done and stuff. He's like, wait, you don't have your nails done? I was like, yeah, I couldn't get my nails done. He was like, well, what's up with that? Because, you always have your nails done. I was like, dude, I had COVID. I had to quarantine for 2 weeks. He was like, wait, you had COVID? You didn't tell anybody. And I was like, I didn't know I had COVID. I was taking care of my parents, and they had COVID really bad. And so I didn't realize I had it for like 3 days until I was like, wait, I was cleaning the kitchen with bleach, because you know how Black people do, like if people are sick, like you wash the dishes with bleach, like you just be cleaning up, you know what I mean? And I had bleach on my hands and I couldn't smell it, and I knew I was fucked.
Yeah.
Like,
100%.
I was like, wait,
100%.
I can't smell the bleach. So this explains a lot. So back up the day before, I had my brother drop off like the Vicks. I bought this Vicks mask, like where it does the steam therapy or whatever, for my parents. And it comes, like, I ordered these menthol little pads to go with it. And I couldn't smell the pad, and I just thought that it was not working properly or something like that, but it was brand new. So I just put it on there. I let my mom do her treatment, and I washed my hands, but I didn't scrub my hands. And I went to switch from my glasses to my contacts. And when I put in my contact, my eyes start burning like fire. And I was like, what the hell? What the hell? What the hell? I touched the menthol pad, but because I couldn't smell it, I couldn't smell that there was still menthol on my fingers. And so I had to take my contact out and wear my glass. I had to swap to a brand new contact.
No, you see, everybody that wears contacts makes that one mistake. And there was one time I did not thoroughly wash, got all the seasoning out of my fingernails and everything. Oh man, I put my contact in, and I guess a little speck of seasoning was in there, and I just thought I went to hell. That's how bad it was.
Dude, you don't have
to
stab anybody. Just do something to their contact. Like an eyelash is hell, okay? Like your eye burns so bad, you would have thought you put hot sauce in it. Like if you get an eyelash, it's the worst. Yeah, so that's how I realized, like, oh, that's why I didn't know that I had menthol on my fingers, is because I could not smell anything. Yeah, so that's when I realized, oh, yeah, I got it.
Yeah, I mean, you named 2 things that, you can smell on impact, and you didn't even get away.
I was sanitizing the house with Lysol, and I couldn't smell it. And Lysol is strong as hell. Yeah.
Wow. So was that the extent of your symptoms? Like you didn't feel bad or anything like that, or?
I I got like the super mild version of a lot of stuff. But it was really like my body fighting, if that makes sense. So like, like when you're extra tired or you just feel really worn out, like your body's fighting the cold or something. That's pretty much what happened. Like I had very tiny body aches, but I mean, I'm a girl, so women have all kinds of aches and pains and stuff, and sometimes we just be like, whatever. Um, my upper back was like just a little bit achy, just a tiny bit achy. So it was kind of like very small symptoms that you could really kind of brush off. I didn't have to take medicine or anything like that. The only thing I took was Mucinex because everybody said I sound congested, like nasally, I guess. That was pretty much it.
Yeah, it's still there. You can still kind of hear it. Just having it, does it change your mentality about the? Because you just casually.
Hey, wait, hold on. Time out. 30 seconds. You cut your hair?
You are now listening to The Radio Show.
So does your bout with that, does it change how you feel about the vaccine?
No, it doesn't. I really feel like everybody has to make a vaccine choice for themselves because at the end of the day, that should be between you and your doctor, to be honest, because a vaccine is still something you're putting in your body.
I wasn't trying to put you on the spot, like
no. Yeah. This is gonna sound like really crazy, but I'm really just kind of glad I got it, and because then I can have organic antibodies. Huh?
You can catch it again because you can't get it again.
I mean, yeah. So for me personally, I'm just glad I have it organically and I have the antibodies. I probably already had antibodies anyway from being around other people who had it and I didn't know they had it. I think I probably built up some resistance anyway, but
no, don't touch that. Put your goddamn mask on.
Well, I think this is a misconception that a lot of people who are vaccinated have about unvaccinated people is that they just live recklessly. Unvaccinated people, they still mask up, they still like social distance, they still do a lot of stuff, like even more so cautiously because they don't want to get the vaccine. I think if you want to get vaccinated, get vaccinated. I mean, one of the hardest things is that whether you're vaccinated or not, had it or not, you're at different risk levels, if you're vaccinated or unvaccinated, you can still give it to someone else. So at the end of the day, you just still have to be very safe. And I would just tell people, build your immune system. Like that's the number one thing, whether you have a vaccine or not. Some people with vaccines are still getting admitted to the hospital. So even if you're vaccinated, it does not mean that it's going to affect everybody the same. Some people are asymptomatic, some people have some symptoms, and some people are still ending up in the hospital. So just be careful and take care of yourself. Like that's all you can do. Hopefully,
I would tell people stop trying to getting vaccine information from the internet with some dude telling you that they put, monkey brains and baby fetuses. Like, shut up. Like, that's not what's going in your body. Be quiet.
I don't know about all of that. Everyone who I know who does not have the vaccine has their very unique reasons why, and they're all legitimate to them. If you do get it and your doctor's cool with you getting it, then I say Godspeed. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully people don't have to get the booster shots, and like all these extra shots is probably going to piss people off, but it is already pissing people off. I think the narrative that you guys have about the vaccine is the narrative I think a lot of people should have. A lot of people think it's a full immunity situation, and it's not.
It is not. It is not.
So, but that's kind of how it was pushed to people. And so I don't know why people think that a vaccine is full immunity, but
it helps to eradicate. I will say this, it's the most painful shot you'll ever take that doesn't hurt on the outset. When you get the shot, it's like, that's it? Okay, cool. Then a couple hours later, you're like, God damn, oh, fuck him.
the people I know, it's like their results are, 50-50 with side effects. A lot of people had none. I know a handful of people who did have some pretty, normal but irritating side effects. And it seems to be the second shot for most people. Like the one that puts you down is the second one, but
for some. But I just know that my arm, it was sore. Easy, was your arm sore on the which one was it more so, for the second or the first shot? For me, it was more the first shot that it was like real. It was real sore.
I think probably more the second, but both times I went play flag football afterwards, and I felt fine. It was just a little sore. So
yeah, it wasn't enough to stop you, because I went.
I will say, when I got the second one,
I got mine.
I was like fatigued the next day. Like by 2:00, I was done with work. I was like, yeah, I gotta go lay down and just chill. And
yeah, my brother was pretty fatigued. Like he was down for 3 days. Like he literally seemed like he had the flu. So he was like, I mean,
3 days.
He's a doctor. He was down for 4 days. He couldn't go to work. And my cousin, her second shot, but she's older. We had to follow her home because she had like a dehydration dizzy spell afterwards, which was very odd. So yeah, but that's about it. I mean, a couple of people had the same thing, tired, that kind of stuff. So
well,
it affects everybody differently.
I want to take a second to give a shout out to your mother, who's a big fan of the show. She watches every week. We're glad that your folks are feeling better. So shout out to the Queen Bee, as she calls herself.
Absolutely
out there. Yeah. She's a what we call a TRS super fan. So we appreciate that. And we're glad
really is. She loves this show. She watches, even though I don't know she's watched, but she like really knows what we talk about, and she'll bring it up sometimes. Like, remember that episode?
It's all them kids in school. They keeping her hip.
I know. Well, she retired last year.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
So I don't know what she wants to do. She's a kept woman, so she just does as she pleases. She'll figure something out this year or next year. Where's Cujo? What's happening?
Oh, I don't.
I sent Cujo a photo of them chips.
Right, that was misleading. I thought he was going to be on the show. Oh, what month is this? This is August.
It is.
What? This is a random question. How do you think, last year's football was a little crazy. What do you think this year? Do you think this year is going to be better, like a better football season, or what? With the whole COVID situation and people being able to really consistently play, and
they're gonna be, fans are gonna be out there, and they're gonna be out there like nothing ever happened.
They put some protocols in place where if you ain't, your life's gonna be miserable if you're not vaccinated. Like you'll be better off just getting the jab if you're a player. Like seriously, like they're gonna fuck with you real bad. You don't get that shot. I mean, to the point where if you're not vaccinated and you mess around and get COVID and you get your teammates sick, your team is gonna forfeit games, and the team is on the hook to pay the other team's salary for the game that was forfeited. So yeah.
But how is that fair? Because vaccinated people can still pass it even if they don't get sick. So what are you gonna do for that? Because
it's one of those things where it's squarely on you, because they're not mandating that you get vaccinated, but they're kind of mandating that you get vaccinated, or it's just not good.
Voluntold, if you will.
Yeah. So it's almost better that you just get the damn shot, because who's trying to be on the hook for your team losing the game because you didn't get a shot? But everybody got their own beliefs on what they want to do, as far as like the season goes, I mean, last year, I mean, yeah, it was empty stadiums. They started letting some fans into the stadiums towards the end of the season. I feel like that has a lot to do with the way things went, where people didn't have to play in the usual hostile environments that they had to play in, and we'll see. To be continued. People gonna watch regardless.
I mean, the
shit's
shit's wide open. Like, I got a baseball game on in the background right now. I mean, the stadium's full. They got this Delta variant flying around, and the stadium's full.
The Olympics has been chaos because people are like going to the Olympics, they test negative or vaccinated, and somehow they're getting COVID there, and then they can't participate anymore.
I mean, basically, the pandemic is not over. All right. I mean, as much as people wanted to get back to normal, it's not over. People wanted to be over so bad, it's not over. I mean, there's no other way to put it. It's not over. And the sooner we figure out the fact that you can't just make it go away because you feel like it should be over at this point, that's just not how it works.
Yeah. This is like, what was the longest pandemic before this one? Because this one's trending on 3 years, coming up close. 16, you're
talk
older
about the
than
Spanish
all of us.
flu.
I mean,
I think that was
I know
only
you
like
remember
2 years.
something. 2 years?
I don't know. I mean, it's been a few of them over time, and it was the same arguments that was being made, because I think during the Spanish flu, it was a big thing about wearing masks at that point too, because it was spread through, through the saliva and stuff like that. So I don't know.
I'm gonna bring this topic up, and I don't even know if it's super important, but it's been a hot button topic on Facebook, and of course I got into it with some people who did not come for me a second time, but the moratorium ended on the 31st. So do you guys have an opinion on the percentage of people who are probably facing eviction right now? Okay, so in the Facebook group, apparently there's a lot of people who are some sort of makeshift landlord or have properties or whatever. And what blew my mind was the lack of empathy that they had. No one's saying that they shouldn't have an opinion or feel some type of way, but the judgment and just the ignorance that I saw really pissed me off. And it was very interesting how cold-hearted people talk. But I know for a fact these people aren't walking around saying this stuff out loud. But it was just very interesting how, I'll just throw a couple of things out there. Like a lot of people were saying that, people should have paid their rent instead of, now mind you, we only got 3 stimulus checks last year, and they were only for like $1,200, rent $1,600,
which does not cover a lot of rent or mortgage
and
in that area.
Let's not act like those checks were back to back, because you got one hit at the beginning of the pandemic, and then one came like as Trump was headed out of office,
September,
and then Biden got one in the spring. So it's not like
exactly. So it's like, even if you did pay your rent, it's like if you were 1 month or 2 months behind, you were right back in that situation. And how they were saying, oh yeah, they just spent money on crab legs and vacations. I'm like, just like, wait a minute now. Like, all of these Black people were definitely hardcore flip Republicans in this group. And I was just like, you have got to be kidding me. But anyways, what do you guys think about it? Do you think that they're going to let this happen to thousands of, really millions of people? Because it's really not just like a one state fits all situation. And do you think the government dragged their feet on doing something about it? Do you feel like, well, they should land where they land?
So, it's weird because I work, for a big corporation. So, the getting the money piece of it, I could see why they're acting the way they're acting, right? Because they want their money, because, they have these properties, but they're not making money for them. And, people will say, well, everybody's hiring, so there's no excuse for you to not get a job or anything like that, right? But to your point, Diva, if you were out of a job 3 months and you were 3 months behind rent and you go work at McDonald's or somewhere else, that money ain't going to get you back on track. It's going to help you potentially start paying back, start paying what, in that month, right?
Right.
But, I don't think people realize, like, there's people who are out of jobs for 6 months. And now you're, put it like this. 6 months went by and I go to 16 or you, Diva, and say, hey, you owe me $8,000. I think it's like 10% of all Americans have more than $10,000 in their savings. So you asking for something that's way like out of context. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But for like these big companies that have all these properties and things like that, I mean, let's keep it real. 9 times out of 10, they could probably like cut the bill. They could probably cover their losses and still have money in the bank if they've been handling their profits correctly. But that's just kind of how this country is, right? Like, we're just kind of big on capitalism and we're all big on helping the big company. And that's where this mentality comes from. Like,
oh yeah,
if you live in California, that stimulus check literally just helped you get gas and food.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because
unless you live in like the mountains of California, your rent is expensive as hell. Hell, if you live in Macon, Georgia, $1,200 is probably not covering your rent. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that it brings up an interesting conversation of, are the jobs that are being offered livable? And I think the answer is a solid no. it's not.
It's one other thing too that people don't take into consideration, and it's gonna sound weird saying it, but it costs money to have a job.
Yes, it does.
So you got to look at somebody who, okay, nobody wants to be on unemployment. I can tell you that from experience myself. It's trash. They make you jump through a whole lot of hoops, but not a lot of money. Okay, so they're like, oh, we're paying people more for. I hate the phrase, well, we're paying people to just sit at home. I was like, well, first of all, you're not paying me shit because I paid unemployment taxes from the checks I was doing, so you ain't paying me a goddamn thing. That's first.
Thank you.
But secondarily is that you got some people who, oh, well, why aren't they working at Burger King or why don't they do McDonald's or something like that? Is because out of that check, they got kids. Let's say they got kids. Daycare, man, that's a house payment in itself. Okay, it's expensive,
yes, it is.
man. You need to eat. You can't just have a place to live and like not have no light, no water, and other necessities. So I'm just supposed to be out here having a job to say I have one, but I'm facing getting kicked on my ass every different day, or I don't have no food, or I can't send my kids to decent daycare or whatever. People don't consider that. They just be like, well, people are just lazy. They don't want to work. They might not have the capability to be able to do that. And people don't consider that. They just be like, well, back in my day, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. They don't pay attention to that stuff. And they should.
Okay. 16 and I have worked in HR before. And Evie, you've applied for jobs and got them, right? When you do get a new job, you do let's talk about grown-up jobs. Listen, we're not talking about your fast food restaurant, barely check your background. We're talking about you got to go take a drug test. You have to get a background check. You have to go to training. You have to go hit the floor and go live. That's like that's a 30 to 60 day process. A lot of times from the time you actually get to interview. This is the thing to be pissing me off, and these people be like, this lady had the audacity to tell me when I said, I was just replying to someone else's comment who said, like everybody didn't get unemployment or stimulus and they're struggling, right? And I said, thank you, like that's so clear. She gonna tell me I should have just got a different job. I said, whoa, first of all, I'm
It don't
self-employed.
happen overnight at
It
all.
doesn't happen overnight. And like people have to understand, you go to the interview on March 1st. Okay, fine. You might or might not hear back that you got the job 3 to 5 days. They might tell you the same day. A lot of times there's a lag time between 16, and I know this from working in HR. Sometimes the person who approves the interviews after you do them isn't even in the office for the rest of the week. So we could conduct your interview. We sign off on the structured interview. We like, hey, this is a good person. We put those particular files on somebody's desk who's not even there. They're on vacation. They come back next week sometime. They may or may not look at that pile of people until they feel like it. Then they push those approvals through. So you could seriously not even know when you go take your drug test and stuff for like 3 weeks. Then you have to wait another 3 weeks to start your training, right? Because they have the classes and the phases, right? Then
let's not forget that you're not going to get paid for 2 weeks because you're checking the hole. Fact. So you coming in where it might be a pay week, but you're not getting paid when you first start. You're not getting that check.
Yep. No, you're not getting that check. And then God forbid you're in some people's situations where when you do get your check, if you have I personally decline overdraft protection at my bank. I don't want no parts of it, but there are a lot of people who take advantage of it. And guess what? If their bank still paid their bills, they're definitely in the hole. So that first check they get, the second check they get, they're not even going to see it because they had to use that money for gas and overdraft their account to go to that new job that they got.
There's a lot of things about that when people make those statements that they don't consider. You just brought up one just now, Diva, gas money, okay? Gas is expensive, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Easy can tell you about it. Same thing with me. Like, you drive a truck, I drive an SUV. Them shits take money to fill up.
Good.
Listen, I'm already back at like $50, and I could now I did have a car that took premium. This car I have now takes regular, but I put mid-grade in it because it burns better. But still, like I have about 17 gallons in my car, and that's $50 now.
Off the rip.
And that could be regular. So y'all drive, Jesus.
No, regular. And if your vehicle holds about 17 to 19 gallons, that's $50 off the rip before you even
and you
hit mid-grade or the premium.
And again, these are questions that people don't consider when they make statements like, "Well, go out and get one." There are other factors involved in just getting up and going to work. Also, some people may not have, like, depending on the environment, they may not have the decent attire. They got to go spend money to have the correct wardrobe to go. It's so many things that are involved with that, man.
Because I ain't gonna even lie. One time I was in that same position. I had got laid off of a job. I had been unemployed for like 6 months. I got a new job, and my dad went and bought me like a week's worth of clothes to wear to this new corporate job that I had because I had been unemployed for 6 months. And a nice pair of pants is definitely $60. You know what I'm saying? And like, just to get clothes, I don't care if you go to goddamn Walmart. Shit is $12 and $15. I mean, that's between gas.
When you ain't got it, when you don't have it,
what?
It's a mountain.
Of course. And then of course you do stuff, and everybody doesn't have support like that where they can have somebody go buy them clothes until they get their first check and then they're good or they're in a better situation. A lot of people live here and have no family. Like none. Yeah, I have a lot of friends who have like no relatives here. So I just hate when people make comments like that. And I just feel like, I really want to tell her, well, you got into the landlord business, you know how it is.
And let's just circle back to something real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Why are people that are not making that are making under six figures trying to justify why a corporation needs $1 billion more. Like, I'm tired of hearing regular people argue about, and this ain't no left or right, Democrat or Republican thing. So let's just go ahead and X that. Why? You know, we talk about, oh, well, they can't pay people more money to do certain work because that's going to eat into their profits. No, that's going to eat into their targeted profits. Okay.
Yes.
If company A pays more and that's going to cost them $5 billion more a year, and it eats from their $20 billion profit to $15 billion, okay, they might not be able to reinvest into something, or they might not be able to pay for that pizza party that they were going to do once a quarter. Like, it's going to be okay.
Yes.
Like,
please believe.
like,
they going to trim some fat somewhere. Oh, no, they going to pass that cost on to their customers.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, and this ain't mom and pop businesses, because yes, if you got only 6 employees, you know, hey, that's different. I'm talking, you know, Fortune 500 companies. Like, you could pay these people more.
Yeah.
And it's going to be okay. Like,
I have a good example of that. 16, I don't know if you remember when we were working for that orange box place, right? And they were having a hard time getting new talent, and they jacked up. Like, they started those new people $4 higher than they started us. Do you remember that? And we were pissed.
I do.
And they told us to suck it up. But because they found that they couldn't pay us, and then I think our raises were shit. But when they really wanted to bring some new people in who were better qualified, like than the people they were getting, they jacked up the starting amount $4.
Yep. So,
and we were training people who was making
who don't know
almost as much
anything.
as us.
Yeah, and just came through the door. And Easy said something we can put a bow on this segment with this. Easy said that it's not a left thing or a right thing.
Yes.
I tell you what it is. It's a middle thing.
You are now listening to The Radio Show.
All right.
Easy, what are we arguing about this week? We got to fight about something.
We're arguing about food, because why will we argue about anything else? Okay. So we are going to argue about today types of sandwiches. Okay. This is something I thought about, and I was like, you know, this would be a really interesting topic for the show. So here I am. We have 5 choices. And here are the choices. So we got a fish sandwich, a burger, a chicken sandwich, you know, a regular sub, however you want to envision that, how that sub looks. And then we have a hot dog. Okay. So
they don't have to envision it's right there on the screen, right there.
So there they are, all right there. So we got, just one more time, fish sandwich, burger, chicken sandwich, hot dog, or a regular sub or a foot long, however you care to.
And one of these has to go.
One of them has to go. So off the rip, chicken sandwich stand, burger stand, subs can go for me.
Really?
Because here's the thing with a hot dog, like, you know, you're thinking about a regular hot dog, but you can, like, sausage link, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, can't really get rid of that. So
that's like I don't just eat regular hot dogs. Like, they gotta be special. And when you get a good hot dog, like, oh my God, like, life is just great. So
yeah,
you need
and
that.
then, like, if you do like a really, like, if you fry a piece of fish and, like, get the toppings right on the sandwich, that shit's great too. So yeah, it's not going anywhere, but the sub can get out for me. So you may proceed, whoever wants to go first.
God, you really brought up a good point with that. Because I was gonna say fish sandwich, but when you get like a really good homemade, like I make a really great cod fried sandwich.
Yep.
Woof, That junk is banging.
Little bit of tartar, get them big ass pickles.
Yes, that is so good. And I make my own tartar sauce, which is fabulous.
Bam. There you go.
I guess. Okay, so at this point in my life, I don't really eat sub sandwiches like that anyway. I do like the occasional turkey or vegetable one from Publix, but it's not like even like a every month thing.
Who make great subs, by the way.
Oh my God, yeah. But I guess I would. I mean, but damn, I really do like a good sub sandwich. All right. I guess if I had to pick, I'm gonna have to stick with the fish sandwich just because it's not something I eat all the time. And as long as I can still just have the fish, I'll be fine. Cause I still like a good sub sandwich when I make it, or Publix makes it. That's the only place I eat it, really. 16.
Well, this is a good one, Easy. Let me go ahead and just give you props for this one. This was a good one from you. You know, you're
well, we know the fish sandwich ain't going for you, 16, because you like the fillet of fish. So that's just a different variety of fish sandwich in itself.
So actually, you're about to be shocked because the fish sandwich is the one that has to go because I don't have to eat my fish in a sandwich. I like my catfish anywhere I can get it, so it ain't got to be a sandwich. Because I'm looking at this list, I'm looking down at it, right? So definitely a burger stand. I had Five Guys today. That's staying. The chicken sandwich is staying. I love a good sub, man. I go on Publix right now and wreck a good sub. You know what I'm saying? And hot dogs on the grill, you can't replace that. So the fish is out of here. Yep, fish is out of here, and only in this instance as a sandwich. Any other normal time, seafood will win out. But the rest of these, I can't see getting rid of it, man. They got too many good chicken sandwiches out here to be trying to get rid of that. Burgers, a sub, or like I said, a good grilled hot dog, man. Yeah, fish sandwich got to go.
Can you believe that you got 16 and I to agree on something easy like that? That's rare.
That's the beauty of this sometimes.
I can't even believe we got through it that quick. But that was hard though. Like that was really not an easy one, and I'm a picky eater. Well, let me ask you this: do either of you eat boiled hot dogs still?
No, you either put them shits in the oven or on the grill. We don't do that boiled
Thank you, because I don't even that smell. I'd be like, don't understand why people even do that. You still do eat boiled hot dogs?
If I'm feeling lazy.
How do you do the hot dog?
You put them in the oven. That's even less to do. You know.
Right, you put that thing in the oven. Onions and some peppers.
They don't taste that bad. I get it. The smell is probably not the most pleasant thing, and if anybody smells like that, they should, Ooh.
I do.
Yeah, it's not that terrible.
I do want to do some housekeeping on the air. I would like to see a picky eater contest with two other people besides me and Diva have gone at it like 4 times. It'll be cool to have that contest where, maybe, Easy and Cujo face off with each other, or maybe Diva against Easy,
it's funny that you mentioned that because I thought about that the other day and I was like, me and Cujo will eat just about anything. And I wondered if we went at it, like how interesting that would be.
Yes, we could definitely come up with a list and do that.
Y'all should have a picky eater contest, and 16 and I, since we got a really good idea of what you guys eat, will come up with the list.
No, it sounds good. Maybe we could. Let's aim for that next week. And
my goal is to do like 16 and just have a food named, and I go, that shit can go straight in the trash.
Now it's our, I wouldn't say, I don't know about favorite segment, but it's always the last one. And that's random. And
it's always the last.
It's exactly what it says it is. It's exactly what it says it is. It's random. Come from anywhere. A rant. Something that's been on your mind, whatever. And I'm gonna take the plunge first this week and just say that it's something that I don't understand, and maybe somebody can tell me why, but I never understood the logic behind being on speakerphone, but yet you're still holding the phone. Like the point of speaker is to be hands-free. So if I'm on speaker and I'm holding the phone, why don't I just hold it to my ear? Doesn't that make sense?
Well, your audio could be fucked up.
Then I don't know. Do something else with it. But I don't need to be hearing your entire conversation in Kroger.
The grocery store. Jesus Christ! If I could piggyback on that, y'all have some of the most inappropriate conversations on speakerphone for public that I have ever known Black people to have. You want to sit here and tell your whole business about your baby daddy, your baby mama, your auntie who did somebody wrong with your cousin on drugs and somebody's a prostitute. You should not be putting that on public and on the store. Like, y'all be really telling family business. Like, you should just press the button. Don't need to talk. Ooh, Jerry Springer type stuff. Walking around the grocery store like y'all just talking about where y'all gonna eat for dinner. Yeah. Is that what you was talking about, 16? That right there?
Sure. Let's roll with that, more or less. I'm just saying, it just defeats the purpose. If you speech is meant to be hands free. So when I see people driving, holding the phone like that, or you walking around the store like that, I don't know what to tell you. We don't want to hear your conversation. Invest in some headphones, or just don't have a conversation until you get the call. But whatever, it's cool. You know what you're doing. That's all.
I don't want to hear what you're talking about to your auntie, your grandma, or your homegirl. So figure it out. You're in the grocery store, just go to the electronic aisle and get you some earbuds. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I mean, even Kroger got a bunch of them on a little display.
Exactly.
Pick one up. They're like $9.99. Take it and get out.
Yeah, the pear pods. Yeah, the apple, the pear pods.
Yeah, just take them. Or the corded ones. Just please, can we stop with that? Thanks.
Yes.
That's a good one.
You know what would be funny? Like, y'all remember that old school like video on YouTube where they had the panda that would go around doing like crazy stuff? Do you remember that?
I feel like this was forever ago.
It is forever ago, but okay, 16, you have to find a panda video and like, if we can put like 2 seconds of it up, because it was the funniest thing. We should just have this panda go around and knock people's phone out their hand when they're on speakerphone in public. It'd be so funny.
Oh. No, I'm gonna have to, just get back on that one.
Yeah, it's like this video on YouTube, and it was a crazy panda. But yeah. So I'm gonna keep my rant like super light. But this is to all like the drive-through people. If I say that I want ketchup, just put the sauce in the damn bag. Don't tell me I already put ketchup in there, because let me tell you something. I looked in the bag already. You gave me 2 pieces of ketchup or 2 little things of ketchup. I just spent $40 and got lots of fries for other people. Put more ketchup in here. That's why I looked in the bag and I saw the 2 and I said, can I have some more? Which meant I acknowledge you put some in here. It's not enough. Just put the sauce that I asked you for in the bag, because it's not coming out your paycheck. Okay. Just okay.
It's not hurting corporate America either. Trust me, they got millions of them. Just go ahead and grab a handful and put it in the bag.
It kind of goes with the food. Like, they did a lot of research that paired ketchup or sauces with these particular food items. Just put what I asked you for.
Nobody's doing an inventory on your ketchup packets, I promise.
They're really not. And if I have to pay 25 cents for it, Zaxby, fine. Here's my quarter. Give me the damn sauce. Okay? Or I'm gonna sit here and run up your window time.
Which, coming from a former fast food worker, is hell, because I used to get a cash bonus on keeping it under a certain time. So jackasses like you asking for that second help in the ketchup is fucking up my time.
Well, first of all, if you would have asked me what sauces I wanted in the first place instead of shutting the door too fast, I could have saved you. So when if you would have asked me in the beginning when you took my money, you could have had the sauce in the bag when you gave me the food, and I wouldn't have to tap on the glass. That's your fault. I know they trained you to be more efficient. You should just start there.
My God.
Well, I guess I'll finish this off. Hey, look, if you're a person in a powerful position and you make up a rule, don't make it sound like this is a company policy or somebody above you told you that you had to do this. Just say, hey, look, I made a new rule and this is what it is. Who gonna stop you? Who gonna tell you that you, the boss, will not be able to do or execute said rule? Just say, hey, look, I'm making this new rule. Don't say it's a company policy. Don't say that, some big exec encouraged you to do this. No, just say, hey, look, I'm changing shit up. This is what it is. And then end it. Like, it's cool. Your people still gonna be mad. They still gonna feel some type of way. But they're gonna be like, you know what? Hey, it is what it is. So,
you know what? I am gonna piggyback off of that. Listen, you
Oh God.
listen, you high powerful people. When y'all do this dumb stuff and y'all make these rules that don't work and just keep the same energy. When you sent that memo with your chest out about this new rule, send us a memo that says my bad ... when this stupid rule is horrible as they usually are. Just own it and say my bad, I'm sorry, we're gonna
right.
retract it.
It's like you're using it as a cushion for some potential fallback. Like,
yes, like
even if it don't work, you still the boss. Nobody gonna do nothing to you. It's okay. Like,
don't be like, oh, and then you see how they ever shift it off to another group or another person, like it's not working, it's been brought to my attention. No.
Oh my God.
Oh
So
God.
if you want, so yes, this is the epitome of random. And before we close up here, I wanted to just put out there that we appreciate all the support. If you want to be a guest on the Aftermath, because we do a lot of great interviews on the Aftermath with a lot of interesting people, hit us up, the radio show inbox at gmail.com, or you can send us a text, 678-800-1677, or send us a DM on either Facebook at It's the Radio Show or on Instagram. We got a lot more collaborations coming through with the Bring a Friend Night, including pretty soon surrounding football season with our boys from ZZ Talk, Zeus and Zeno. We're gonna hook up with them again real soon and talk some sports among other things. It's always great chatting with them. But yeah, that's what we got. Make sure hit up ATL Diva on Instagram at 9hairco. The show is at It's the Radio Show. We got at Your Snack Plug and at Cujo, and then Bella and Kai for Tiki Blue. So we all, and Easy's just Easy. So yeah, man, another good one.
It's been brought to my attention that the radio show has encouraged us to pass this new rule. So it will be going into effect. Hey, 16, I did a good job, right? They will never think that you came up with this rule.
Perfect.
But what we'll do now is just wave to the camera on YouTube. Please like and subscribe, guys. And we will catch you next week or whenever else we decide to drop a show. We appreciate it.
Deuces.
I just got to give you again some virtual dap easy for this was, all your one got to go always have something crazy going on, something good to talk about. But this one, man, you did it on this one, man. But get that fish sandwich out of here. Get it out of here.
Nah, it's staying, especially if it's a piece of buttermilk catfish or that fish sandwich from Popeyes. Yeah, Subway or some sub fish sandwich. I'm here.
Yeah, we all know how I eat catfish.
How do you eat catfish, Diva?
Straight to the trash.